Right now at noon, it's election day. Indiana's primary election is underway. Our team is stopping by the polls for the latest results as voters cast their ballots.
And it is a wet primary day afternoon. Look at that rain that's returning. We'll let you know when it gets in, when it gets out, how much to expect in the forecast.
Plus, a teen is in police custody after a deadly shooting on Indy's northeast side. We'll tell you what they're saying happened, what police say happened, and the charge the suspect is facing. Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Felicia Lawrence alongside meteorologist Sean Ash. We're in the weather center this afternoon because there's a lot of rain on the radar. Yeah, these bags under my eyes have nothing to do with my age or the 3 kids. The thunderstorms last night. Yeah, we heard those storms and I heard I was like, do I get up? You know, you don't rush into the room. I know, yeah. So it was an unpleasant wake-up call, but an expected one there at 1:30 in the morning. So what we're going to have, Felicia, this afternoon is going to be a little tamer than last night, but still going to be impactful nonetheless. All kinds of cloud cover here. Show you a few of our NDOT cameras at this hour. So we're looking at 69 on the right top here. That's 69 northbound, just north of 465. That is slow. There's been an accident there. And then we've got I-65 here at the north split. Looks like they've got a little situation going on as well. I'm showing you these cameras just to show you that we've got some wet pavement. We'll show you live Doppler 13 radar. And little gap in the rain is very temporary. We've got steadier rain that's setting up over western Indiana. Temperatures, you can see the front. 49 in Crawfordsville, 62 in New Pal, 63 degrees in Shelbyville. This boundary is draped almost right along I-70. North of it, we're starting to see what we've been talking about, and that is the return of cooler temperatures, dropped by some 20 degrees compared to 24 hours ago. This will continue to spill southward and undercut this batch of widespread rain that's going to be moving through. We could have some rumbles of thunder over southern Indiana where it's a little more unstable, not anticipating any severe weather. We are, however, anticipating a wet an unpleasant afternoon as it turns wet and colder at the same time. We'll have more on the chill here for the middle part of the week and the 7-day forecast here in a few minutes. And it is election day and polls are still open for another 6 hours. And who you're choosing today could be on the ballot in November. Anna Chalker joins us live from the Lawrence Community Center. Anna, can you tell us what's it been looking like there throughout the morning?
Well, Felicia, right now we don't really have a lot of voters here, but that is a good sign. We've seen it steady throughout the day since we've been here at the Lawrence Community Center. You can see these ones behind me, they are empty, but people have been coming in. I was talking with the workers. They say around 190 have come in since 6 o'clock this morning, which is a good number, kind of one of the higher ones that we've seen throughout the morning. Been to about 3 polling locations to gauge it all out. So this is what we saw when the polls opened at 6 o'clock this morning.
The polls are open.
Maybe 40 people max. No line, which is really great, super easy to see. And then we have a couple of voters. This is why they say it was important for them to get out this morning and vote.
We have all been given the ability to decide, and to waste that opportunity certainly would be a misfortune on everyone's part.
It's so important because it gives you a voice in what's happening. If you don't vote, you can't complain, right?
A very big voice indeed when you get out there today. And what you're looking at now, these are the polls at Broad Ripple Family Center. Bigger crowd than we saw at Hinkle. A little bit of the same what we're seeing here in Lawrence. Over 100 voters have been throughout around the rest of the morning. And like you said, Felicia, still about 6 hours to go. 6 o'clock tonight is when those polls are going to be closing. And if you're going to come to these polling centers, like here in Lawrence or anywhere else throughout Marion County or throughout the state, if you are still in line by 6 o'clock tonight, you still still can get in. And if you have registered for your mail-in ballot, you can get that in by 6 o'clock. It has to be in then. That's when they're going to be counting all of the votes tonight. We have a full night of coverage for you ahead, a long day ahead here for the voters and the poll workers as they're trying to count everything, get everyone in smoothly. So you'll want to stay up with that. But again, polls closing in 6 hours at 6 o'clock tonight.
Okay, time to get it in. Thank you so much, Anna Chalker, reporting live from a voting center in Lawrence. I made it out today. Getting that sample ballot beforehand really helped. So we'll be with you throughout the day and night as Hoosiers vote, and we will be bringing you live coverage during our newscast as results roll in. You can also catch us streaming starting at 4 on WTHR+. Our live streaming show will continue until at least 9 o'clock tonight. And then coming up at 12:30, our Marina Silva is laying out the race in District 5. We've got early voting numbers, so stay tuned for that. Well, last year's fight to redraw Indiana's congressional districts is playing a role in today's election. That battle ended when the state Senate voted against it. Well, now some Republican state senators are facing primary challenges. Senators in districts 1, 11, 19, 21, 23, 38, and 41 are all locked in tight challenges. And that's because President Trump says he will support challengers against any Republicans who voted against redistricting. You've probably seen at home, millions have been spent to pay for TV and digital ads along with mailers in these races for both challengers as well as incumbents. And new this afternoon, a 19-year-old man is under arrest in connection with a deadly shooting on Indy's northeast side. Now, this happened last month on Radnor Road. Metro Police say they were called there for a person shot. They found 22-year-old Robert Galladay in critical condition. He died shortly after. And now the 19-year-old suspect faces a preliminary charge of murder. And we have more in your headlines. A new youth curfew is approved following last night's City-County Council meeting. But there's debate unfolding about what teens really need. Our Alex Almanza has more.
Some call it a proactive measure. Others say it doesn't really get to the true cause of teen crime. Either way, city leaders are trying to get ahead of the summer break by enforcing a teen curfew, not to punish kids, but to provide resources.
Good evening.
The City-County Council is back again, back to figuring out why some teens are out causing trouble and what to do about it.
Our youth don't need intervention. They need something to do. And it's time that we put our money where our mouths are at.
The new ordinance creates an earlier curfew for kids. It comes amid tragic headlines. IMPD Chief Tanya Terry citing a July 4th shooting downtown last year that killed 2 teens.
Every life matters. And if we can bring those numbers down even more, then that's a success. That's more kids that get to live to see tomorrow.
The law also got some pushback. Brandon Randall has worked with the youth for 2 decades. He says the status quo has got to go.
We cannot keep operating on the same kind of responses where adults are leading these conversations. There is no intentional space outside of organizations for young people to share their thoughts.
Under the curfew, kids 15 and 16 must be home by 9 p.m. on school nights and 11 p.m. on weekends. Kids under 15, it's lights out by 9 every night. Councilor Jesse Brown voted against the ordinance, saying it sends the wrong message.
I believe you're coming in good faith, and I appreciate it. But when, youth leaders, when Brandon Randall are all reaching out, expressing strong disapproval, are asking us to please just center the voices of our youth, I'm just going to have to honor their call.
The vote passed 20-2 and stays in effect for 120 days.
So the question now is, will this truly work? Well, city leaders say they're going to continue to monitor the impact of this policy as teens look forward to summer break. In downtown Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.